Good morning. Welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiu. Let me remind you that ICSAN is a leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that is dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN is the only professional body authorized in Nigeria to conduct examinations leading to the qualification of chartered secretaries and administrators. On Corporate Governance Platform this morning, we want to look at basic optimal practices in directors' appointment. Basic optimal practices in directors' appointment. All right, our guest joining us this morning is Mr. Charles EBHOMAN, ACIS. He's a chartered secretary and legal practitioner. Good morning, Mr. EBHOMAN.
Good morning, my sister. Nice to be here. Good morning to our listeners.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. With me in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. Charles EBHOMAN, ICIS, and good morning to you, all our listeners.
Okay, we're going to take this message.
Ketefe, good morning.
You are welcome.
All right, we'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, ICSAN, definitely the hub of governance professionals. As I said earlier, we're looking at the basic optimal practices in directors' appointment. All right, Mr. EBHOMAN, let's begin this way. Why is the issue of appointment to the board important to corporate governance?
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, the board of any company is responsible for protecting shareholders' interests, establishing policies for management, oversight of the corporation or organization, and thus making decisions about important issues a company or organization faces. So in other words, the board is the decision-making organ of any company. And of course, good corporate governance will enhance the value of the company and thereby attract investors or investments to the company. So you will therefore agree with me that those who will now occupy that board that will perform such a vital role in the company will be very, very, the shareholders, of course, we take it, we look at a high premium to ensure that those who are qualified are those that are there. So, of course, the importance of the appointment of board members in the organization can certainly not be overemphasized because of the vital role that they play in any corporate organization.
Okay. Now, there is the recommendation of the code that recourse should be had to considerations such as the strengths and weaknesses of the existing board, integrity, required competence and skills, knowledge and experience, capacity to run, capacity to undertake the responsibility, among others. Now, let's look at these factors. Why are they relevant to appointment?
Okay, no, based on, based on what I have just said in respect of the issue of appointment of the board, the importance of the board.
Yes.
You agree with me that because of the important role that the members of board occupy, you would therefore agree with me that for anybody to be appointed into the board, such a person must possess the requisite skills. He must have what do you call it? He must be a person with high level of integrity, and he must be competent and have experience in the area of business of that organization. So, of course, these are part of the things that you will look for before you even say whether the person qualifies to be a member of the board or not.
Okay. Now, there is also the consideration of diversity, including gender diversity. Why do you think this is necessary?
Okay, diversity in the board is also an aspect of good corporate governance. You want to bring in people on board, they must have experience in their various areas of profession. Those that obey the Committee of Finance, they must be people who are knowledgeable in fields of finance. Those who will be in the the legal department, they will be in the legal and the employment must be those who are very qualified in that aspect. So also, the best practice these days is that you see most boards, to balance it up, you have gender, balancing of the board. There are some boards today that are just made up of men. And another board where you have a mixture of both men and women. You will agree with me that any investor that is coming in, where maybe that investor is headed by a female director or MD, there's every tendency that the person will be more interested in investing in that board that has a mixture of both men and even in politics today. You see the clamor for more inclusion of women in the administration of the affairs of the country. So I think it accords more with best international practices. Is that you give it, let the board have that diversity, including gender, competence, and areas of specialization.
All right, great. The code also recommends that the committee of the board responsible for nomination and governance should recommend fit and proper persons to the board for consideration for directorship positions. Now, is this delegation to the said committee justified?
Yes, of course. Like I said, the board, every board normally have a committee, for the board to function well. If you have committees, you have committees for finance, you have committees for employment, you have committees for maybe investors and attracting investors into the company. Now, apart from the board itself, just take any organization, for example. If you want to employ anybody, you must first and foremost ensure that that person is a fit and proper person to occupy your position, the position you are employing the person into. So, the committee that is responsible for appointment of persons into the board must take into cognizance the fact that whoever they want to bring in must be a fit and proper person. And so, of course, if you put a round square in a round peg in a square, which is certainly not fit. I think that is even one of that is why you have committees, so that You have experts in that area who will be able to source for the right person to fill the position.
There is also a provision requiring the board to make available some basic but adequate information to the shareholders on those being proposed for directorship. Now, why is such disclosure desirable?
Okay. Now, in the organogram of any company, the shareholders are actually the owners of the company. Under them, you have the board of directors. Now, the shareholder, every shareholder, particularly in this in our capitalist economy, is interested in making profit. And who are those that will drive the policies of that company to ensure that they make profit? Of course, they are the board of directors. So, if you want to employ somebody, you want to appoint somebody to the board, somebody who will be involved in the decision making of the company, it is only proper that your principal, who are the shareholders, who want to know who this person is. If it's somebody that they know does not have good credibility, that will come and influence negatively on the reputation of the company, of course, certainly they will oppose. So, if they have all those requirements, if they have all those people that you want to appoint, they can also do their own background checks on those people to know if they are fit and proper person to come into the company they have labored for to break into existence.
Okay, before I let you go, what advice do you have for corporate organizations on the issue of appointment to the board?
Well, I think indirectly we have said everything. In appointing anybody to the board, they must make sure that the person is a fit and proper person who is capable of carrying out the duty for which he or she is being appointed to the board. They must look at the requisite skills of the person. They must look at the track record of the person if he has worked in any place before, to ensure that the person above all must believe in the goals and objectives of that company so that they will be able to drive it appropriately.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles EBHOMAN, ACIS, Chartered Secretary and Legal Practitioner. Thank you for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform this morning.
Thank you very much for having me, and do have a pleasant day.
All right, I wish you the same. All right, Mr. Ketefe. Now, what advice does the Institute have for companies on the need to get the composition of their board right?
Thank you for that question. Let me start by saying that the board must ensure that it is rightly and properly composed. In composition, the board should consider some factors. The factors like the need to have the needed skill on the board, the need to have requisite number of independent non-executive directors on the board, or the issue of diversity, which we have just harped on, among many other things. They should just ensure that all these needed factors are considered vis-a-vis the peculiar nature of the company, vis-a-vis the peculiar needs of the company. So the board should also make proper use of the committee system. It's very important. Okay. You know, the committee system was developed in corporate governance to make the work of the board of directors easier. So each of the committees has specific responsibilities which are very important. The performance of these functions helps to enhance the board effectiveness and efficiency.
Okay.
So ICSAN is hereby advising companies and organizations to ensure they get the right structure, the right mix when it comes to appointment, both on the board and in their committees.
All right.
Fortunately, our institute can also assist in this regard by giving guidance to companies and other organizations on the issue of appointment to the board composition, as well as the effective use of the board committee.
Okay.
Our training department, as I've always said, also constantly organizes training on teams of board composition, committee system. All those people seeking knowledge in this area, they can attend this training to boost their capacity. I must also add that ICSAN also organizes special training for corporate entities who want special training for their directors or members of their management staff. They can contact ICSAN for specialized, tailor-made, in-house training on virtually all issues on corporate governance and even public administration. So, for more information on exam training, please call Mike on 080-2311-7969. Let me take the number again. 080-2311-7969. Thank you for listening. Have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kade Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. And that's our package this morning on Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll return again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m., right here on Equity 9.7 FM. I'm Funmi Omoburiu. Enjoy the rest of the day.